right now, it's good being David Zaslav and Warner Brothers. Because despite the fact that everybody boo-hooed and cried and whined about the various things that I said were necessary things for David Zaslav to do to ensure the financial health, stability, and long-term success of Warner Brothers, everybody cried and whined about it, but what has happened? They have financially turned the tables. A little while ago, we read that article in Forbes that said Warner Brothers is now stabilized, and now they've gone from a cost-cutting position to a acquisition position where they're looking at making acquisitions. One of those things might be Paramount coming up. We'll find that out. And a lot of people cried and whined, boo-hoo, no one's going to want to work with Warner Brothers anymore. No talent director's going to want to work with them. Guess what? They're lining up. Yesterday, we reported that Tom Cruise has up and is moving his entire production company over to the Warner Brothers lot and has entered into a new development deal, and he's going to be working with Warner Brothers for years. And today, the headline has come out right here in the Hollywood Reporter. Leonardo DiCaprio to star in the new Paul Thomas Anderson film, also starring Oscar winners Regina Hall, Sean Penn. And this is what they had to write. They said this: Paul Thomas Anderson is lining up the cast for his latest film with Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, and Regina Hall set for the feature. The film is set up at Warner Brothers, whose studio picture group heads Michael DeLuca and Pam Abdi worked with Anderson back when they were at MGM on his last film, Licorice Pizza, during their time at MGM. Now, I'm going to admit, I like Paul Thomas Anderson. I'm one of the few people that I didn't love Licorice Pizza, to be honest. It's one of my lesser favorite films of his. But, Rob, if you go back and just listen to the public buzz 6 months ago of Warner Brothers, they canceled Batgirl. They were pulling content off of things, all cost-cutting measures that they needed to do. But, if you listen to the interwebs, it was they're doomed. This is terrible. No one's going to want to work with them. It has been a significant win after significant win for Warner Brothers since then. Now we got Paul Thomas Anderson, Leonardo DiCaprio also now adding their names to it. They want to go over and make their new films at Warner Brothers. What do you think about this? And what do you think about, first of all, Paul Thomas Anderson movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, and Regina Hall? What do you think?
Well, I think, first of all, Paul Thomas Anderson's one of our auteurs, and he's somebody I'll always get out of bed for to see his films because whether you like them or not, you're getting something that is visionary and interesting. And, all the way back to Sydney, a.k.a. Hard Eight, I've been a fan of his work. Sometimes, dude, I hated Magnolia. I know some people like Magnolia.
I quite like Magnolia.
And a lot of people I love Boogie Nights. I hate it. But there's a lot in Magnolia that I did like Tom Cruise's performance was amazing. But for the most part, look, There Will Be Blood, one of the great movies of all time, I think,
Agreed.
actually. So I think it's great. I think, look, Warner Brothers as a studio has a long history of teaming up with directors and keeping them there for a long time. Clint Eastwood's still at Warner Brothers. He's been there for over 50 years. Kubrick was at Warner Brothers for the last part of his life, the last 20 years of his life.
And if David Zaslav had been in charge a little while longer, Christopher Nolan would still be there.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan would still be there, and maybe he'll go back. And we could see that as long as Christopher Nolan almost single-handedly is keeping the movie theater experience alive. I mean, my God, he's the only man in Hollywood that can make a movie where people are basically talking in rooms for 3 hours, and it's the most riveting thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, fantastic.
And so I think this is a good move. I mean, look, I would like to see Warner Brothers come back as a force. I don't want them to buy Paramount. I want to see Paramount remain in its own thing. But if they have to buy it, okay. But I'm interested. I want to see what happens. I want to see Warner Brothers team up with talent and create new good work.
And again, right now, the top free agents seem to be lining up to working with Warner Brothers right now. And we'll see if they're able to parlay that into something a little bit bigger moving forward. But listen, even take Paul Thomas Anderson's name out of it. Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Regina Hall doing a film together. Oh, and it's a Paul Thomas Anderson movie, by the way.
Yeah, and Sean Penn.
Yeah, what is not to be excited about that? So that's awesome. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. On average, it takes about 30 days for a person to break their New Year's resolution. So if saving money was on your 2024 list, your odds aren't looking that great. Luckily, I have a 100% guaranteed way to save you money this year. Just switch to Mint Mobile. For a limited time, wireless plans from Mint Mobile are $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for $15 a month. I've I've told you guys many times that after switching to Mint Mobile, I am spending less than a third on my cell bill than I used to with a major carrier. Say goodbye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. All Mint plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. And don't worry about having to change phones or numbers. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. So guys, to get this new customer offer and your new 3-month unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bills to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.